Hello, welcome to the queue. Operation Skyfall begins. As you can see, I'm playing the communist. This will be my first turn playing, or first time playing the common turn. I've watched them, played against them, and then as the allies, you don't really play against them too much. But this is the first time I've sat behind the driver's seat on the common turn, so we'll see how this goes. Um, So first up, we've got CCP at $2. They're not going to spend anything right now. We're going to spend at least one on a influence roll, or not an influence roll. Yeah, influence on a warlord. But first, let's see if we get our combat done here. We're going to take a little soiree here into Szechuan, see what happens. If nothing happens, we'll retreat. So defending is a militia, infantry. We got 2 mountain and a cavalry going in. So that will be 3 dice at 2 for the CCP. And we got nothing. And they have a 2 and a 4 back. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we lost 1, so we're going to retreat. We are going to lose that cavalry. So that means we are done. As the CCP, we will spend $1 on the roll for the warlord. Wonder I'll just do that at the end. Put a dice there. So that's going to be a 2 to succeed. And I'll do that with the influence rolls. That is not the only dice we've got for the Spanish. They bought a fighter. I wonder if I was going to change my buy, because originally I thought about an anti-aircraft gun. And I think I will. I think we'll spend all 4 and lend lease, because I have 4 to spend, an anti-aircraft gun to the Spanish. All right, so we do have 1 tech roll for factories, and it will be at a 7. Nice. We are not first on the board, though. Germany's up first. They did get 1 of their 2. Oh, I already have a marker up here. All right, so improved factories goes up to stage 1 to match Germany with their victory there. All right, so that's the only rolls for the Russians. Let's do some movement. We've got a submarine and a torpedo boats destroyer. We've got a naval base. So they can both move 3. 1, 2, 3. So they come up here to P3. And they're slow trek across the North Pole. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. So we've got a train. We've got a motorized in Cheetah, which will take the rail all the way over to Karelia. Or is that correct? No, it's going to Leningrad. Leningrad. All right, that's one of my train movements. The other train here is this infantry. And you'll notice I'm playing the map upside down because Russia is on this side of the table. So I'm not going to be able to read most of these names. Turkestan, he will rail up to Karelia. All right, so that is my 2 rail movements for Russia. The rest is just movement. We've got a light armor in Kiev, which does nothing, actually. The light armor, 1, 2. Yeah, he comes over to Oral Kursk from Kiev. The motorized from Western Ukraine comes over to Oral Kursk. The motorized here from Stalingrad drives over to Oral Kursk. So we got 3 there. Light armor. The light armor in Smolensk will come up here to southern Russia. All right, so in northern Russia, we've got an infantry moving into Karelia. We've got an infantry and a cavalry from western Russia moving up to Karelia. We've got, oh, that's our Moscow defender of Moscow. He will stay put. We got an infantry in Gorky. He'll go up 1 to Moscow. Infantry from Saratov, he'll go up 1 to Moscow. Let's see, Western Kazakhstan, he will go up 1 to Kalmystaka. All right, we've got an infantry in the Caucasus, which will go down to Transcaucasia. The cavalry will stay. I've got a motorized in central Kazakhstan, drives over to Stalingrad. Infantry in eastern Ukraine, he will, what will he do? He's going to back up into Oral-Kursk, and I think that's it for the Russian movement. We do have some ships. We got a cavalry and an infantry here. So the infantry in Novosibirsk goes into Angar. I almost said Agmar, like from Lord of the Rings. This cavalry, 1, 2 into central Kazakhstan. All right, we have some ships. We're going to leave the coastal sub there, but the 2, what is that, a cruiser and a destroyer. They do have a naval base, so 1, 2, 3, 4 on the M4. And that is it for Russian movement. So much for all that excitement. We do get the place. Oh, you know what? Spanish, where we weren't having a battle, but we do have to move some of our stuff, don't we? So going in port will be the light or the heavy cruiser. The coastal sub and destroyer will move 1 to M2. I'll put them there. All right, so the infantry here in Catalonia will stay. The cavalry will come over to Catalonia. The infantry in eastern Andalusia will step up, and the fighter and bomber will come out of Madrid into Catalonia. All right, now we can place our stuff. No combat in Spain. All right, so we've got the anti-aircraft gun and then the 2 ships that were on the build queue, the place units box. So the destroyer and sub will go into A14. And we will lend lease the anti-aircraft gun all the way here to Catalonia. All right, that is how that gloriously looks. Let's do recap last. All right, so we want to do our recruitment roles, but our influence role first at a 2. We will be influencing, what is this, Shanghai, if we're successful. Nope, so that dollar is gone. But we do get $2 for the CCP, so they get $3 for next turn. All right, so CCP, Mongolia, and Spain. And CCP influences, or recruitment role is a 1. All right, Mongolia is a 4. So we do get that. We'll take an infantry here in central Mongolia. Or should we put it on the front lines? Let's put it on the front lines here in Kurline. All right, so the next one is the Spanish, and I had it at 6, assuming I was going to lose 1. Let me go count real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, nothing changed from what I thought was going to happen. All right, so 6 are under, and they fail. That hurt. Good thing I wasn't counting on that to reinforce. All right, so Russia gets $4. Next turn, they'll get to roll a D6 every turn afterwards until they get to the D12 zone. That is it. Russia, $4. CCP, $3. Here's the recap. Torpedo boat destroyer and submarine move into P3. I'm wondering if I should have moved my guys here just for grins. I think I will. So Primorsky Krai comes up 1. From Yakutsk comes down 1. So the militia from Chita goes in as well. So in Amur is 3 infantry and 1 militia. Angar has a infantry. Kurline, infantry, militia. Central Mongolia, a cavalry. cavalry in central Kazakhstan, 2 infantry in Transcaucasia, 1 cavalry in North Caucasia, 1 infantry in Kalmykustan, Stalingrad infantry motorized. The seaplane, I forgot to move the seaplane. Let's move the seaplane. I can go 6, so that would be from Donetsk, Kuban, 1, 2, 3, 4 into Leningrad. All right, Crimea has an infantry coastal sub in M11, destroyer heavy cruiser in M4, southern Ukraine, Kiev, western Ukraine infantry each, southern Russia infantry, light armor, Smolensk infantry. Leningrad is a militia, a motorized. Oh, we were going to move our aircraft up. I should have marked all this. So all 3 planes, the 2 fighters and tactical, will come up to Leningrad along with the air transport. So Leningrad is air transport, 2 fighters, 1 tactical, 1 seaplane, 1 militia, 1 motorized. Moscow, 3 infantry. Karelia, 4 infantry, 1 cavalry. And Orel-Kursk, I think, is the last thing. Light tank, 3 motorized, 2 infantry, and that's a wrap. C-Zone A14, 2 subs, 2 destroyers. Actually, it's 3 subs. Move that over there. 3 subs, 2 destroyers, and a light cruiser, and we are golden for the turn. Well, I guess Spanish national or Republicans here. 3 infantry in Madrid, fighter, bomber, anti-aircraft gun, infantry, cavalry in Catalonia with heavy cruiser in port, and the other 2 Spanish ships here in M2. All right. Next up is who? Japan. And that will be Silk playing Japan.